This week on the Big Eyes podcast, we play Mori on My Hero Academia. One Punch Man gets a late night entry, and Seraph of The End, a conclusion to an intense battle. All this only on the Big Eyes podcast. Welcome to this week's episode of the Big Eyes podcast. I'm your host LJ, and we still quarantine, but we still here. Oh man, still talking about manga every week. I wonder what you guys are watching and doing. I've been watching Naruto, and the rewatch has been fun because I haven't been engaging with none of their fan base. And when you love yourself like how I do, and you just watch it, it's more fun. It was more enjoyable. But now a lot of things have gone on this week. I'm fighting the urge to talk about Demon Slayer because they wild out again. They've been dropping this is their third straight 50-point game. RIP to Zipman, who comes to a wild conclusion at 17 chapters in. There's just a lot of cool things. I've caught up on Jujutsu Kaisen, and just a bunch of stuff is going on. That's one thing I just thoroughly enjoy and love about manga, is that there's so much stuff to read, and there's so much stuff that you can just jump into at any time, at any moment. And it all flows together, and it's just all great. But once again, man, this week's chapters though, big ones, very entertaining ones that have happened. So let's quit the long talk and let's get right into it. So Seraph of the End, this month's chapter, it was a lot. We see the conclusion to Yu and Mika versus Gurren. As last chapter, you saw Yu finally let his demon Asamoto take over his whole body, and for this battle. And this battle was it was very intense, not just because of the action, just because of everything that's tied into this. The deeper level stuff was like the relationships, what all the relationships mean, between Yu and Mika, who are best friends, and they're just trying to escape this life. As Gurren and Yu, Gurren was like this father figure to him, and fighting him, even fighting in a sense of fighting him, he's like, I don't want to kill you. I just want to defeat you because I'm pretty sure you have a good reason for all these things. He's like attempting to see the good in Gurren, and Gurren is holding in all these secrets and all this other things, as Mika doesn't even know, and Mika and Gurren, who doesn't even trust him. But it gets it's a very intense battle. This week you just see you see it finally come to a conclusion, as as they're fighting, you see Yu is much stronger, and he's pulling out all these different spells, these different techniques, and Gurren is like, okay, maybe I need to take this way more serious than I have been taking it. As he finally he pretty much just goes, I'm gonna start using spells, and after that it's just game over, where he's he flexes his power as much as he can, and with that, he defeats Yu, or he incapacitates Yu, and now Mika's in a position where he's like, listen, protecting Yu is my only mission right now, even if it costs me my life. And with that, he tells his sword, drink all my blood, everything, one last final attack, and an attack that completely wipes out this building. It completely rips him in half, even though Gurren's like, I can't dodge this, I cannot take this head on. And it was just this final, it was like that Vegeta Majin Buu moment, he just gives all his life for his friend at that moment in time, and completely takes out this building. And as the building is falling, Yu finally catches consciousness and catches his half-bodied friend in the air. And as they land, he just goes like, yo, are you alive? You alive? And Mika's just grunting, and that's all he can do. And in this moment, it's kind of ties back to the beginning of all this, where you held Mika in his arms as Mika was dying, and he's like, man, like, not this again, not like, come on, like, not again. And he's asking his demon for help, and he's like, can you please just like, whatever, like, take over my body, I don't care, like, I just want to save my friend. He needs blood, like, what is going on? And Mika, who has been completely against drinking human blood until as of recent, but just can't even do it. And even Yu's demon is telling him, like, it's over for your friend. Like, I could already sense him going into the the demon world. He's becoming a demon, but his demon is starting to think more, and he's like, pretty much like, why is all of this happening? As far as like, whose plan was this? What is going on? Like, all of us here at once. And it ends on a really big note where Tempest Cruel, who had been taking care of Mika, who has been really Mika's guardian since he became a vampire, and also is the younger sister of Yu's demon. It's so crazy. Like, and she finally appears, and she's like, I finally found you, big brother. And that's how they ended it. And like, what a way to end it, just tying in all these things and tying in all these like loose ends, and these like relationships are just all connecting with each other. That's one thing I like about Seraph, is like, all these characters are connected. There's a bunch of just twists and turns that are happening, but right now, just this emotional end. I'm pretty sure Mika might be saved, but you can't, you, as we have noticed in other mangas, when someone's dead, they not really dead. But this month's chapter, a very intense read. Especially just with the connections of everything that's going on. But no, this was this month's chapter of Seraph of the End. What a loaded, few chapters of My Hero these past few weeks. I mean, just a lot of things are going on, but really the big thing right now is the dynamic between Hawk twice and then Dobby coming in. Where we last left off, we saw Hawk in Twice. Hawk has revealed himself to Twice as a double agent. And before Twice is thought like, I'm about to die, like, he's definitely about to kill me, but Hawks has this talk with him as what seems like as a friend, is telling him like, hey man, listen, I could sense a bit of good in you, and I understand you were just dealt a bad card in life. Like, when we're done serving your time, I'll make sure to give you a reduced sentence. Like, and pretty much is trying to like see some good in Twice and tell him that he can get his life back on path. But kind of while he's doing it in a like belittling way. And while doing this, Dobby, appears, and he catches Hawks with his head turned, and it's pretty much like, how dare you say like we weren't friends, or how dare you say like you didn't, we don't care for Twice here. And with this though, Twice, he uses the last bit of his power to attack, and it doesn't go as planned. And against Hawks, he suffers a really bad injury. He if it wasn't for Dobby, he would definitely have been dead at that moment. But Twice uses the last bit of his power to make as many multiples as he can. He's going around the building, he's helping out his friends, and finally his last real body before he passes finds Nada, and she just he has this blissful death. Twice is a cool character. I mean, Twice is like the one villain that they wrote where you have like a real soft spot for him, and you have a real you look at him, you're just like, you feel sympathy for him, of all the things that he's had to go through, all the things that he struggles with in terms of just even his own quirk, and how his own quirk just drove him crazy. So with this last couple chapters, you get a build up of kind of everything in his life that has gone wrong, just kind of carries with him, even even till death at the end, which what a way to write him out. But that that was really one of the big focal points of these last few chapters. But another big one is Dabi in general and Dabi as a whole. You really cannot get a read on this guy, and you really don't understand whose side he's really on, and like what does he live for, like who is he. Dabi's the type of dude who would just disappear for like 3 days and then just come back, just knowing the whole plan of what they're doing, and no one just has questions. But one big theory that is really going on is that Dabi is the lost son of Endeavor. As we know, that Endeavor, they brought it up really in the beginning of Endeavor starting this change into the hero he is, after his battle with the Nomu. And we figure out that he has this lost son that he has not seen, or people do not. The other siblings do not know what happened to him, and it's all in their heads. They all think that Endeavor killed him. There's even an emotional moment where Endeavor is looking at his picture and he's asking for forgiveness, and with the mystery surrounding Dabi of who he is, there is this theory that he is Endeavor's son, which I wouldn't mind, which would be another just layer of everything that is just going on with My Hero right now. But it wouldn't feel like too much, just because it's been something that's been speculated for a long time now, with just Dabi being Endeavor's son. I would enjoy it if how they reveal it, or if they do reveal it and how things going. Like, I feel that if they do reveal it, there's so many different routes you could take it. You can do a whole, Dabi, kills his dad type thing, and now you have like Todoroki and Dabi versus each other, or you can even have like Shigaraki kill him and Dabi comes. Like, there's so many different ways that you can just kind of go with that whole storyline if you ended up doing it, and it just ties into the whole even story of Endeavor. If you're watching the My Hero show, just had the great final episode of Endeavor fighting that Nomu, which shout out to Endeavor Hive, for him having his big moment. But even if that is a true theory, there's so many different ways you can go with it that just ties into just Endeavor's growth as a character anyways, so it would just all fit in really perfectly with things, just depending on how they reveal it and depending how they do it. But just the mystery around Dabi is just such a big thing of just who is he as a villain. Like, he even just he even admitted, like, my allegiance really isn't to the League of Villains. It's to the it's to the mission that the hero killer left, and like his message, which is which is cool that they're continuing to bring up his influence and bring up what he is meant to the whole series. But it's been a load of couple chapters. Right now we're at the moment of just things started off well for the heroes, but you're starting to sense and feel that the danger is getting larger, getting bigger. At the end, you just see Hawks is in a very tight situation. Endeavor, he finally pulls up on the scene, really fighting the rest of the high end, or like super Nomus. Just a lot going on, but you can tell that the danger is starting to rise. The heroes are actually starting to feel the perils of the combat that is going on, and it is getting exciting. This is getting exciting very fast. I love how that even in the midst of all this action, that they're still able to tell a story, and still able to tug at your heartstrings with with different characters, and not even afraid to kill them, or like this early, kill twice this early, and just see just how they're really showing the importance and just how the dangers of this whole battle, and what's more to come. Who else are we losing? Who else is going to have a big moment? It's all very fun to see. But that's this week's chapter of My Hero Academia. Okay, so I gotta be honest with you guys right now that I am recording this episode like really late, and in place of what I was originally talking about, I read the new One Punch Man chapter, and yo, that shit was crazy. Like it's just everything that is going on. Right now, the heroes thought they were up, but the Monster Association has now pulled, has came back down 3-1. Absolutely fucking crazy. Like, all of the heroes are getting their ass whooped right now. Like, every single one of them is just in complete just danger. And one of the like panels, like, it's like narrating everything that's kind of going on. They said that heroes are one of the, like, for the first time ever, heroes are feeling fear, and like they're feeling this sense of like, we are about to die right now. But there's only one hero that is not, being does not phased by any of this, and it's the baddest one of all. It's the real one. It's Terrible Tornado, and she is just wrecking shit right now. Right now she is unmatched, and they also have like a really big secret that they has now been revealed, that everything that's going on with the monster associations, everything, even the King Orchi, like all this, like we figure out that there is a human behind all of this, and there is a human behind everything going on. And she has hidden herself deep in the depths of, I actually think, inside one of the monsters. And she's been hiding out this whole time, and we figure out that she's been the one creating these monsters, creating all these things, and she's really the once again the mastermind of everything that's going on. And Terrible Tornado finds her, and she's like shook, because she's like, listen, like Terrible Tornado was the one that I just had to worry about the most. She's the one that I'm trying to take out right now, but she found her. And now we're kind of like, she's in this tense situation, like, how, like, this can't be, like, how in the hell did she find me? Like, I'm 1,500 meters underground. Like, there's so many different ways that that you have had to come, but I could you just see how strong Terrible Tornado is. And it's just really cool how strong they made her, and just how, like, yeah, like how she's not that she's just destroying her opponents or beating her opponents. She's like mutilating them too. Like, she is not playing with these, like, bro, she's going crazy. But no, like, just this chapter was really entertaining, because you just see all the heroes that you have grown to either like or see, or all this, of just being completely murdered and wiped out right now. Atomic Samurai, Pig God, all these guys are just getting they show them getting whooped on. Even My Mask, he's fighting some ugly monster and is just completely losing. Kind of upset, because I thought right now we were gonna see Garo fight again, but I guess they're holding off on that. But no, what a great chapter of fucking One Punch Man. Just seeing everything that's going on. Pretty sure Saitama's gonna pull up again soon, but just seeing all everything going on, it's just, yeah, it is. What a great chapter this week from One Punch Man. Thank you guys so much for tuning into this episode of the Big Eyes Podcast. If you're a fan of anime, manga, all of that, please follow us at The Lookout RNC. And if you're a fan of Pokemon, be excited, because the Mount Silver Podcast is coming back. A podcast all about Pokemon, featuring Jeff Mills and Pat. If you're just a fan of cool shit, pop culture, any podcast, just follow us at the main page at RNC Radio Live, where we have just a ton of content and just a ton of things that from sports to comics to wrestling, all of that under the sun. If you are a fan of me, you can follow me on Twitter at JamalSLM, and you can follow me on Instagram at StrawHatLJ. Once again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And Johnny, if you listen to this, happy birthday, bro. Yeah, man, y'all stay plus ultra, stay safe out there, stay quarantined. Also, if you are the Straw Hat Challenge is still going on strong, so the main thread is on the Lookout RNC. There's gonna be big updates today about it, but the Straw Hat Challenge is where me trying to read all of One Piece during this quarantine period. So I have like a little bit right now. I'll say I have a little bit less than a month left to get through everything, and I feel that I can do it. So, but no, you guys, once again, stay quarantined, stay safe. Thank you guys so much for listening. Stay plus social. Peace.